Hello, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your mid-year overview reading. This is good for you if you're a Sun, Moon, or Rising Sagittarius. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that in December I do the annual overview reading. And so this is going to be basically me going through and seeing if anything has changed. So if the energy has shifted from a few months ago, we all know that circumstances and things change. So we're just going to see if any of that has happened. And this is going to last from July to December of 2018. That's the time frame that I'm going to be reading for today. And just go ahead and check in with yourself. See if there's anything you'd like to come up today, if there's anything you'd like to know or any information that you want to come forward in the reading. Okay, so first we have ecstasy is your birthright. And how do you get here? That's kind of the question that this is prompting, is what is that to you? What is ecstasy for you? And how can you get into that vibration to a point where you can actually experience pleasure and joy and all of those other things that go along with ecstasy? Now, the animal card for you is fox. I think the next 6 months are going to be about how you get creative. Like, how do you express yourself? How do you show your strength? How do you navigate situations? I think you might find yourself doing things differently in terms of communication and things like that. So fox is just about because, you know, foxes are notorious for being clever. And then we have agreement. I'm not sure, these cards have trouble focusing, but I'm going to read them aloud. Take joy in defining roles and responsibilities. A clear guideline is required to maintain this relationship. Deliver on promises and reset expectations where necessary. Okay, agreements and boundaries are not a bad thing. I know they get a bad rap, but they are absolutely essential for relationships. So this is encouraging you to really work on illustrating those agreements and mapping those out for yourself. And it's going to make everything a lot easier. The central energy is the Two of Rods. Good things coming in. I think that you might feel like you're waiting for quite some time. It might be one of those things that is slowly and progressively coming into your space, but I can't say if it's going to be here by the end of the year. For some of you it will, for some of you it won't. It might still be in the incubator. So just let yourself breathe into trusting that this is going to pan out in your favor and that you're going to get the good things you've been waiting for. This is family, friends, community, Five of Rods. Okay, so lots of fire already. Remember that conflict is a way that, one, you can problem solve, and two, you deepen intimacy. Because when you think about it, if there is a rupture in a relationship, the part where you come back together, you collaborate and heal from it, is where the healing happens, and that's where trust actually deepens. So this is not a bad thing. It's just about going into it with a can-do attitude. Far too many people look at conflict as a point to get defensive and go on the attack. This is really a time to reflect, see what's true, what's not, and how you can build on it. It's going to be a little bit trickier if you have a particularly toxic family, so don't worry, I see you guys too. If you have a lot of family issues where you're not seen and heard, I totally feel you on that too. So just remember, the people that are healthy in your life, you can absolutely accomplish a lot of healing with, so long as you collaborate. This is material resources. We have the Empress. Work on receiving. Part of this is really taking advantage of the yin. And so for you as a fire sign, that might be a little bit more challenging. Sagittarius is more of a go-getter, as most of the fire signs are. So this is really pointing to you exercising your ability to receive good things, receive money, abundance, all of those other things that you need in your life. It's not a time to crank up the heat on pursuing. That's not necessarily going to work. It might actually be a better approach to do things like manifesting, calling things in, embodying exactly what you want to come your way. That's more of a yin approach, because you're starting from the internal and you become a magnet for things. That is what the key to you getting more resources is about. Or that's what the key to getting resources is for you during the second half of this year. Now, these are 3 pieces of advice. First, we have the 3 of Rods. This is an extension of the 2 of Rods. Like what I said with, good things coming in, that really is the central energy for you. But the advice here is to keep your eye on the prize. Remember to look at what you want to manifest. This is oftentimes, it came up for another sign, I don't remember which. But you want to make sure that you're looking ahead at what you want so that it can come to you. If you're aiming at nothing, if you don't know exactly what you want, then you're just going to attract whatever's sitting in your body. And that's not always a good thing. So make sure you're setting your intention. I'm going to say, more than any other sign that I've read so far, and I'm almost done, vision boarding, manifesting, journaling, more important for you than anyone else. So I strongly, strongly advise putting together something for yourself that makes you feel like you know what direction you're going in, even if it's just the way you want to feel. It doesn't have to be any more specific than that if you don't want to. Or this can be as specific as, talking about the way the sun feels on your face, and in depth in that way. So the sky is the limit, but remember, you want to set your intention for the next 6 months. It might be good to do that during eclipse season. Okay, so second piece of advice, the star. You really need to remember that this is it's paying off. So if you can just hold on, be patient, allow yourself to receive good things, really tune up your internal state. There's a lot that's coming your way that is in alignment with you, that is in alignment with what you want. But you have to keep your eye on the prize. You have to, just set your intention at, this is what I want. And then, the allowance piece is the other factor here. But the star is just reminding you, hey, if you trust me, there's going to be big payoff. If you trust me, things are going to pan out. If you trust me, then this is going to work out better than you probably imagined. So if you can practice that, practice humility. You don't know what's happening next, because most of us don't. So it's just use that to your advantage to exercise trust. Now, third, we have 3 of Pentacles. It's going to take work. It's going to take effort. I'm not going to sit and tell you that it's just going to be easy or it's not going to take a certain amount of labor. It might be starting a new meditation practice, starting a new journaling practice or prayer practice, or really putting your energy in areas that you want to see growth. People forget to do that. So for you, the Three of Pentacles is all about allocating appropriate energy. Let me see. I'm going to clarify it. Two of Rods. So it's the same as this card. Yep, you have to work for it. So whatever you want, it might be that you have to trust that your work is going to pay off. And it might be that you have to, you know, really look at what you want and say, ask yourself this question: are you making decisions that are in alignment with you getting what you want? Or are you sitting around? Are you wasting time? Like, what are you really doing with your days? And it's one of those things that if you can even make 10 minutes for yourself, which we all can, then you can completely shift your perception. You can make a lot of changes in 10 minutes a day consistently. So don't forget that. Now, I have split up the outcome cards for this particular reading. The top one is for you if you do all this. If you trust, you manifest, you do the work. Okay, this is for you if you do nothing. You make no changes, things remain the same. You have the Four of Pentacles, so it's keeping you in scarcity mode. It's not exactly ideal. I think that it's just that there's a lot more that you could have that you're not going to take risks for. And because of that, it's just going to keep you in the same cycle of scarcity. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. And if you lead with that, you're going to continue to not have enough. So allow yourself to receive, ask for what you need, trust that it's going to come in, all of that. And if you are doing the work, you're exercising these things as best as you can. We have the Chariot, so this is forward movement. There's also a lot of karma involved, so I think that you're going to have an easier time manifesting over the next 6 months than you probably did the previous 6 months, or you're going to start to see some of these manifestations roll in faster, because the more you're working on yourself and tuning up internally, doing the work emotionally, that's really what is going to set the tone for the things that come into your life. So don't forget that. It is not a waste of time. It is absolutely essential to your manifestations. Now I'm doing a timeline. Each one of these is about 1.5 months because I am only doing 6 months. So this is first, second, third, and fourth quarter. If you're new to my channel, that's, you know, where you start and then where you end. So, oh, and by the way, I'm doing the timeline the way I used to. So we have circumstances, or these cards, and then the sexual magic cards are romance. So first we have the Chariot. I think that after this eclipse that we have on the 12th, you're going to feel a big push. It definitely looks like the opportunities, the climate is what's changing for you. So that it seems like there's a huge road that opens up, and it's up to you to say whether or not you actually go down it or you branch off and do something else. But it definitely looks like it's opening up after the eclipse. And then in love life, we have the Moon. It may seem a little bit confusing. It may not make sense. The Moon is kind of about feeling lost. And so this might be, I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want to be in a relationship. I don't know if that's ever going to happen for me. I don't know if this is the right partner. It's a lot of that energy. I would say wait, be patient with this, because you're going to see a big shift in the confusion, but a lot of that has to do with the astrology as well. So just hang on with that. And second quarter, we have the Lovers. What'd I say? Okay, so the Lovers is also, not only is it, a romantic card, but it's a partnership card in the larger sense of the word. So yes, if you're looking for love, great. This is ideal for you. But if you're not, maybe it's a business partnership, maybe it's the right people coming into your space. And this is going to be where you have a really easy time manifesting people. And as I've said before, manifesting people is not the easiest. It is not cut and dry because people are nuanced. People are complex. So don't worry if you find yourself manifesting a mixed bag. It's just about setting your intention for who you want to come into your space. And then we have the Devil. Actually, when I see the Devil in anything romance, it is not a bad thing from what I can see here. It's just about those primal instincts. So it's really about coming more into your body, and it is more of the sexual, the id, just those primal senses that you have. So this is just something that you are using to your advantage in a romantic setting. And this is coming up as intensity. So definitely a good time in August, September that you're going to be feeling these energies right here. So this is a good combo, actually. Okay, so third quarter. First, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is where things open up. Anything is possible. And it's going to be, this is a wild card. So most of the time it's like things are open, and it's where space is created for good things to happen. I'm not getting that hit this time. This is, things are going to go one of many ways, and so you just have to really exercise your tools in the third quarter. So this is October to mid-November. I would strongly advise that you really take care of yourself. Make sure that you have your support system. Make sure that you have, people on speed dial, stuff like that, just because this is the time when you're going to be learning a lot, and that can be really uncomfortable. If you have a lot of deep lessons that are coming up, this looks particularly karmic. Same thing with this Chariot card. So if you're doing the work, also, when you're challenging yourself, when you're growing, a lot of things come to the surface for healing. So remember that this is going to be a really intense energy, but it is something that you can use to your advantage, and it's helping you get where you want to go. Just make sure you have your support in place. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So this is you in the third quarter, feeling more, it seems like you're really feeling like yourself. It just is that time that is really making you feel empowered. Oh, wait a second. Let me see. I think, oh no, Sagittarius season won't be quite starting, but this is the point right before we shift into that. So it looks like you're really feeling the astrology at that time as well. So this is going to be good for anyone, whether you're partnered or not. And then fourth quarter, we have the King of Pentacles. I think that this is where you really feel more stable, especially if you've been practicing receiving and allowing yourself to get abundance in your life. Then this is going to be getting abundance. I mean, receiving abundance. Then this is going to have big payoff. So the financial aspect is going to be really good for you at the end of the year. And then we also, I just realized, yes, we have Jupiter moving into Sagittarius. That's why, Excuse me. That's why this looks so good from the 3rd to 4th quarter, because that's when that transit happens and it really brightens things up. And then in your love life, we have the Magician, manifest. Manifesting people is going to be much, much easier for you starting in the 3rd quarter, or 2nd quarter, sorry. So the Magician is just reminding you of that. My favorite thing to tell people right now is that you can still manifest in partnership. It doesn't mean you're manifesting a different partner. It just means that you are asking for things in the relationship. Now, if you're asking for somebody to change, well, that's a different story. But you can definitely manifest opportunities. You can manifest ease. You can manifest more money. You can manifest things that will support your relationship. So don't forget that. Okay, and then as you all know, 3-card pick. Pick as many or as few cards as you'd like. Okay. Card number 1. Boom, 10 of Cups. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Enjoying yourself, having a good time. This is great for friends, family, partnership, celebration. It just looks like there's a lot to be grateful for if you pulled this card. If you asked a question, then this means things are going well and working out in your favor. Card number 2, we have the Emperor. This is where you're definitely going to feel more masculine. Masculine in approach is what I mean. So remember how I was talking about the yin for resources? It might be that you either manifest an Emperor. Okay, so a partner, a business partner, a romantic partner, a mentor, somebody who really models that for you, or this is something that you're using within yourself to move forward with your endeavors. And then 3rd quarter, or card number 3, not 3rd quarter, we have the 2 of Pentacles. What decisions are you making right now? What is important for you to have a concrete decision about? Write a pros and cons list. You know, hang out with an earth friend in particular who's good at kind of dissecting options, pros and cons. And this is, I'm getting that this is actually something you need to take care of. If there's a decision that needs to be made, if there's a decision that's, you know, heavy on your heart, then that needs to be resolved as soon as possible, as soon as you can. Okay, so that's all I have for the 3-card pick. Remember, if you're looking to work with me, or if you want a 6-month check-in, get your cards read, all of those links are in the description box below. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me or just go to my website, onyxhealing.com. And don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel, which I will post on here. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of the year, Sagittarius, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.